everyone. So, this is a reading for you to find out a message or a guidance from your higher self for whatever you're struggling with in the present moment. So, for you to get your message, you need to pick one of these piles. You can find the timestamp of the reading in the comment section below. So, the first one is a crystal. It's a beautiful crystal. It looks like salt grains come together. It's actually came with all of these crystals. The second one is a pyramid. This is something that actually broke out of like a feng shui vastu thing that I had. Um, it's actually kept on my study table. It's great for concentration. This is the third one, which is a tiki totem. Uh, this is, I think, a tiki. It's just carved on like a wood. I picked up this keychain. This was a part of a keychain which my friend had, and it's still with me. Don't know why, but finally it's serving some purpose. So, yeah, you can go ahead and pick your pile, and I'll see you there for your reading. Hi! So, if you picked this crystal, which looks like salt grains put together, then this is your reading. Let's see what your higher self has to tell you when it comes to the advice that you need for whatever you're struggling with. I'm going to ask your higher self for 3 messages for guidance. Let's see what your higher self has to tell you. See a tower moment. So this is a tower card. I see lovers. Second one is the lovers. Okay, I've got a lot of cards. Let me get the third one again. Oh, okay, came out fast. It's the 6 of Cups in reverse. The bottom deck of the energy is 3 of Wands in reverse. I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to ask Spirit for some clarification for the first guidance. Some extra channeled messages if your Spirit wants to give you Ace of Cups. The second message, clarification for the lovers. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Lots of cards. I feel okay. Let's take this. The Sun, beautiful. And I see 2 of Cups, and it's backed with Chariot and the Queen of Cups. So I think I understand what messages collectively trying to be put here. Maybe I kind of do understand what your situation is here from the guidance that Spirit is giving me, but I'll get to it later. Let me pull out all the cards first. So the 2 of Wands is the 2 of Wands in reverse is your bottom deck energy. For the clarification of the 3 of Wands here, let's see what your higher self wants to tell you when it comes to things that you are probably not seeing for yourself when it comes to this situation. Is there anything that is being hidden from you, from your eyes, from your sight, that is going to help you further get over this obstacle? Got the 15 sigil, and I've got sigil 24. I feel like picking up this sigil as well, which was at the bottom of the deck, sigil number 41. So let me keep this here. Let's pick up some oracle cards, which are general guidance from your higher self to close the overall message. This is work through your fears. I'm going to put this here. Work through your fears. And we've got, it's time to give rather than take. Let's put this here. Amazing. Woohoo. I'm excited. Um, I think this lesson that you're learning in life right now, this obstacle is actually a lesson in disguise. I think all obstacles that we as human species face are simply just opportunities for learnings. So I think this lesson is an amazing lesson that you're learning right now. It makes me excited because the other side of this lesson is actually something that is going to make you extremely happy. Um, so, yeah, this is a bonus to the reading that I'm giving you. I don't know what your situation is right now. I'm not reading the cards right now, but I want to give you a symbol or a totem for you to take back. This is also channeled from your higher self. Maybe it can be a symbol that you can carry with you whenever you are working on overcoming this obstacle. Maybe this can be your guidance. It can be a word, it can be a symbol, it can be anything. So let me tune into the energies and see what I'm getting. Okay, the word that I am getting straight away is work. Now, I don't know what this means. Spirit, what does this mean? Higher self of the person who's watching this reading, what does it mean? Oh, I see, I see a dice in my vision with three here, specifically three as the number that has been rolled. Um, and I see one. So I definitely see the the person who's watching this, or the people who are watching this reading specifically are people who are being nudged by their higher self to work on their spiritual aspect of life. um, the work here is not your career, but this is inner work, or you can call it shadow work, that you need to do. And this is for your own self discovery. You are being nudged to discover who you are truly, which is the self. So, the self that you usually associate yourself with, um, that is your ego identity, which is not really the self in the spiritual community or spiritual terminology. Your self is your spirit, your self is your soul. So you are being asked to discover this self that you are, and all souls are actually different. But at the end of the day, we are all one. So your higher self is guiding you to rise above from the three-dimensional reality and tune into the five-dimensional realm to understand how, even though you're a self, even though you're a soul and you're very different, but still at the same point of time, you're one with everything and everyone in this universe. You are coming from the same place. So, this is your totem or word from your higher self that you can stick by. I'm going to keep it there. So let me see what obstacle you are facing right now and what is the guidance for it. I definitely see the obstacle that you're facing right now is a huge turbulence for you at this point of time in your life. It actually feels like whatever you built so far in your life has been broken down. That's the kind of feeling that you're going through. Um, but the guidance from your higher self is that whatever you're facing right now when it comes to the present moment, it's actually an opportunity for you to heal your heart center, for you to heal emotionally. That is why whatever that is happening right now, for you to be nudged into the space of your heart to heal emotionally. It's a very new opportunity that you are being presented with, and your eyes are trying to be opened by your higher self so that you can work on your emotions. I feel emotions are the bridge, uh, that we need to build, is the bridge that we need to build between our physical body and our mind, which usually is weak and broken. But if we work upon it, we can remake that bridge to help ourselves. I see that you're also stuck in some choice that you need to make. For some of you, it can be a romantic choice in your external reality. Maybe you're confused and stuck between two people, or you're confused and stuck between whether you should be with the person in your life or not. But otherwise, it can be just a choice that you're stuck with in your physical reality in your life. But the message from your higher self is that don't worry, whatever confusion that you're going through, confusion is a great space to be. If you're not confused, you will never move towards clarity. You will never push yourself to gain clarity. So this is an opportunity for you, your higher self is saying, to gain the clarity to actually claim what you deserve in this human form that you're in. And this is something, the choice here is actually going to make you really happy once you make the choice. Now, I know a lot of times people are confused. If I make this choice, what if this is detrimental for me? What if this does not work out for me? I'll be sad and I'll be disappointed. But that is because you believe that you have a choice in the first place. All the human beings, if you look at from the realm of one consciousness and of the spirit, then your spirit has already made the choice for you. And as Neo in Matrix, when having a conversation with the oracle tells him that, to be honest, we have already made the choices that we were supposed to make. We are just here to understand why we made the choice we made. So don't worry about what if, who should I choose, what should I do here. Just go with your gut, your instinct, make the decision. Whatever it is what is going to make you very, very happy, is what I can see. And even if it is tough, it is going to teach you lessons about how to claim your happiness, is what your higher self is telling me. That don't worry, it is all going to lead you to a happy place, if not now, in the next few months. The third message that your higher self is giving me is that you are shutting yourself out from the world. You are shutting yourself out from serving people, helping people, taking care of people. And if that is something that is a very natural thing for you as a human being to do, you are generally a very helpful, kind, generous, service oriented person. The spirit is telling me, or your higher self is telling me, that if you are not doing that in this present moment, don't have guilt around it. Don't feel bad that you're not able to help somebody out, or you're not able to serve anybody else in the present moment. Spirit is saying that it is okay if there is somebody in your life that you're specifically not in communication with, even though you want to. It is absolutely okay, because this is your time for self preservation. This is your time to discover yourself. The spirit is saying, with the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands in reverse, that you are on in this space of self discovery and discovering yourself. It's just that maybe you don't recognize and see it, and if you do, that is the intention with which you are actually uh, shutting down from the world. Then maybe you're not working on it enough. Maybe your higher self is saying that you are feeling this gap and you are feeling this turbulence because you're not truly doing the work for which you have been given this time from your intuition and from your heart center. The spirit is saying that this shutting down period is important for you to reconnect with one specific person or with your friends and family that you have shut down from. This will give you clarity as to how you are supposed to travel ahead and forward in the coming months after discovering whatever you discovered in the best of possible manners. From this Queen of Cups, which has come out in reverse, I see whoever you have disconnected from, whether it is one person or a couple of people, they are the people who make you really emotionally fulfilled. You are not really valuing that at the moment, but this self preservation energy is going to make you value this energy of this person or of these people. So let's see what else can your higher self tell you in terms of guidance. I feel like that this message was more like a consolation to tell you what is happening in the background. Let's see what else spirit can give you, or your higher self can give you, that you have to work upon. So we have the uh, blind spot number 15. So this is going to tell us the first thing that you're probably not really looking at, and you should look at, or probably you should be working upon what you really want and need. So sigil number 15 is all about what you really want and need. So what I want you to really understand is that want and need are two separate things. Want arises from a need sometimes, but want is also a separate entity in the form of a desire. A need is a desire as well, but need is for your survival and want is more than survival. So there's a clear distinction between surviving and living here. Need is for survival, want is for truly living to the highest possible state of happiness and joy. So here in this particular situation and here in this particular space, I see that, okay, pause for a second. I'm going to be back because I need to turn on the lights. I think the weather has gone bad. There's not enough sunlight. And maybe that's exactly how you feel in this present moment, that there's not enough sunlight in your life, there's not enough light in your life in the present moment. It's getting darker and darker and darker. It's getting very gloomy. So your higher self is saying that understand the distinction between want and need, and really recognize what is it that you want in your life, because that is actually going to lead you to your purpose. Your needs are anyways going to be fulfilled. You will cater to your need because you are anyways, as a human, surviving on a daily basis with your bread and butter. But your want is actually going to help you claim your highest potential, what you truly deserve. So maybe your wants and needs are not in place right now. That's why you're facing whatever you're facing right now. Let's ask the spirit, um, what else do you have anything else to tell this person when it comes to wants and needs? I am hearing that your higher self wants you to be more compassionate towards yourself. You are not showing enough compassion to yourself right now in this situation. It is a difficult time for you. Recognize that. Feel and tune into this energy. The more that you feel and tune into this energy, the more you will be connected to your emotions and your heart space. That is what is going to help you heal. If you push that emotion away, if you put your struggles away, thinking that, oh, this is just life, everybody goes through this, how am I special, how am I different? If you go into that state of comparison, you're actually not being compassionate with yourself. So move from comparison to compassion. Look at yourself and your story as your story. um, that is how you can connect with yourself to discover who you really are better. So the second guidance from your spirit, um, maybe this is more for your healing of heart, the want and need guidance. I feel this one is going to be for the choice that you need to make. So for the choice that you need to make, I hear separation. The not I hear, I know the card 24 is for separation. So you are seeing yourself as separate to others around you and as well as the world around you. You are seeing yourself as something different. Um, or are denying that the outside is a reflection of your inside and vice versa. So if you are really confused about a choice, there is confusion within you. There is confusion within you because you are seeing yourself as separate from this particular person or this particular situation. You feel like, you might be feeling like, um, this person is very different from me, these people are very different from me, they don't deserve me, I'm not best suited for them. if it's a if it's a choice, it's a general choice in some other area of your life. If it's your work, then also self-worth and self-esteem is into play here, because you're seeing yourself as very separate from other people, maybe because you're again going into the mode of comparison, comparing yourself, reducing your worth, being condescending towards your own self. I am hearing C confidence, C condescending, C for comparison. Don't get into that space, because that is not going to help you. It's going to only amplify your confusion, your higher self is saying. It's going to amplify your confusion and not going to help you. The more that you tune into compassion, the more you will realize how you're not actually separate from other people. You are just like them. So, this is also a way of comparison only. But the way that this comparison is happening is from the space of oneness and not from the space of them being different and you being different, and the 3D aspect of you being two different human forms and two different lives. The comparison here is healthy from the space of compassion as to how they are just like me, I am just like them. So even if I'm confused, that is okay. But you know what? Because they're just like me and I'm just like them, if they can just make a choice and arrive at clarity, I can too. And that is a more empowering way to use comparison in any context of life. Um, Once you realize your superpower of compassion, I see, and the superpower that confusion can actually bring you in the form of clarity, you are going to be a very happy person. You will be able to make the decision in like a jiffy. Let's see what the third guidance is for you, shutting down from the world. Let's see what your higher self is trying to tell you here. Um, so this is a new word for me also. It's a chicanery. 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 So this is an extremely positive attitude or behavior you're showing towards something that suggests you feel you lack or you fear you lack a trait you deeply desire. When you fear you lack something, instead of becoming aware that you feel the lack within yourself, instead of that, you're overcompensating in other areas and you overdo it in that area of deficiency. So, you distancing yourself and you shutting down is actually stemming from a space of lack and fear that you have in your life, and that's why you detach, or that's why you shut down. You are too positive. It's a good thing to be positive, but there's something called toxic positivity also. So yes, this is life. There are learnings, there are ups and there's downs, and amazing, great. You're going to go through it. It shall too pass. But sometimes your positivity can become toxicity because it does not make you do the work. You being too positive is actually stopping you from doing the work that you need to do to improve and learn and flow with the constant change of life and get better. This space and this sense of uh, okay, this is life, and staying into this extremely positive attitude of behavior towards something which is your obstacle in this instance, it's coming from a space of fear or lack. And you truly desire to be this person who's super positive, by the way. Because you desire to be this super positive person, it's a mask that you've started wearing of this positive person. You might actually not be a very positive person, you might be a very pessimistic and negative person. So you discovering who you really are is going to really help you see authentically who you are, that yes, you are a pessimistic person underneath that layer of positivity and optimism. Um, and that is you wearing this mask of positivity, this mask of you detaching from yourself within you, is making you detach from the world, is making you shut down the world. But as Spirit said earlier, that this is an opportunity for you to go into the mode of self preservation, only for you to discover who you truly are, so that you can come back right with these people in your life who you are shutting down. You can come back right for the world, forget about the people. Because I definitely sense in this pile that whoever is reading this, they have a big purpose to serve in the world in terms of how they're going to be helping the humanity level up. So, the two guidances, the last guidances from your higher self are that work through your fears. A scorpion is representative of an energy of death and transformation. Does not mean true death. Death in this terminology means transformation and rebirth. So use that energy of transformation, use that energy of uh, the poison of the scorpion as to how strong it is, the strength of that poison. Use that energy of that poison, and your let yourself be poisoned by uh, and fueled by this energy of transformation, of rebirth. Whatever you're facing is helping you take a birth yet again. And it is a time to give rather than take. And both of them are new moons. One is in Virgo, one is in Scorpio. Virgos are very much very organized people, very neat, very organized people. So you need to get organized in your own self within you. Once you start this new beginning of being a more organized person in your thoughts, maybe journaling can help you stay organized. Penning down your thoughts. If you're an overthinker, you can start writing down rubbish, garbage on a piece of paper. Trust me, after a few days, that garbage is going to turn into a more orderly thought process. Still going to be a process of where you're thinking a lot, but it's just going to be in an order. So, in this essence, you have to give this to yourself, and give to yourself instead of taking away from people. So, if you are going into this energy of shutting down, maybe you're just going MIA. Maybe you're not telling people that you need time to yourself and need space. Maybe you're not communicating this to them. So maybe you need to communicate this to them. Let them know that you need space, and then do this. In this essence, you will not be taking away anything from anybody. People are not going to be hurt. You're just going to ask for what you need in this moment, coming back to what you really want and need. So what you need in this moment, this way you will still be serving them, because you don't want your negative energies to affect them. Probably it's just coming from a space of protection for them. But if you let them know, I'm sure that they will understand. They will give you time and space. If they are the people who you love, and I see with the Queen of Cups, they are the people who you love. Or I see the Cups cards, cup, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups. So they are people who you love. You have a lot of emotions for these people. This way you will be giving to yourself, not taking from anybody, and not giving to anybody either. So I see a balance of give and take here, with the help of realizing what you want and really need. So yes, this was your message from your higher self. I hope your higher self has guided you to the best of its potential through me being a vessel here for your reading. I wish you all the best. If you liked this reading and if this really helped you, you can find this in the description below, details for a one-on-one session with me. There are a lot of services that I offer apart from tarot reading. There's a lot that I do. You can check out my Instagram page. You can also click on the description below if you want to give back something to me. There are links there in the description below for that as well. My wish list is also there in one of those links, so you can send me something from my wish list also. So yeah, that's about that. I'm going to close it here. Wish you all the best. I know this too shall pass, but with work. So yeah, see you around. Bye. Hello. If you chose pile number 2, which is the pyramid from my Vastu, maybe you need some sense of direction in life. From my Vastu object in my house, I don't know what it is called. Maybe you're a little unaware also. That is why you don't have the direction. Like I am unaware, where did this come from? What does this really mean? So this is your pile. Let's go ahead with your reading. Actually, I'm going to keep it here so that there's some direction to this which is pointed upwards. By the way, pyramids are symbolic of the tetrahedron. Your body is a tetrahedron. Maybe you want to read about that, tetrahedrons. Amazing concept from sacred geometry. So let's see I'm going to ask three messages, 3 guidances that your higher self wants to give you when it comes to whatever is it that you're going through in life in the present moment. Oops. So the first one is the Page of Wands. Second one is the Empress. And let's see what the third one is here. Whoa. Why is it not coming out? Okay. I'm making a lot of noises. I usually don't do that. Maybe you're a very goofy person. I feel like a very goofy vibe here. Page of Pentacles. Young energy. Maybe you're just starting on your journey. And we've got the King of Wands in the bottom of the deck, who's not young, super mature. So maybe you're on a journey towards maturity, from being a young beginner to a level of mastery. Maybe that's the journey that you're on in your life right now, or in general. We're all on that journey actually, but you specifically, with whatever you're facing right now, maybe that is very significant. So I'm going to ask your higher self, not you. Why did I say that? Maybe you need to ask yourself. Maybe your higher self is saying that, why don't you ask yourself, why are you coming to me to get to know what do you want to know here? Maybe you don't need to do that. You know the answer already. But still your higher self is saying that I'm still going to do this for you. I feel a very dramatic, fun vibe here. I think you have a very fun vibe with your higher self as well. Yourself is a very fun personality, I see. So let's ask for clarification for the Page of Wands. This happens with me, I think because I'm a vessel here, I'm completely empty. I just, whatever collective energies that I feel, I sort of start embodying them. Those are good for the readings. So 10 of Swords, and I'm talking a lot also. Maybe you're somebody who tries not to talk too much. Um, but you have the desire to have great conversations and fun conversations. Maybe you're a very quiet person. Yeah. So 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Also, I feel like I'm cutting myself in between. I feel like you're also somebody who has like some, I mean, I don't want to categorize ADHD in a generic way like that. There's a lot that comes with ADHD being a disorder. You don't have the disorder, but maybe you have the traits which are similar to being somebody who's attention deficit also. So because I'm just going back and forth in my thoughts. So 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups, I'm actually not able to pay attention to what I want to do ahead. So maybe that is something that you also struggle with in life. So we have one more card, please. Higher self. Feel like a very trickster kind of vibe from your higher self when it comes to getting a clarification with this. It's the Page of Wands in reverse. Oh, we have Page of Wands here and Page of Wands here. So we have this in upright and this in reverse. Okay, and we have Death and Rebirth in reverse. And it just started raining outside. So I feel like you are actually letting go and purifying yourself of something when it comes to this particular situation in your life. You're letting go of something that does not serve you, but you feeling like this is a way to master yourself. You're actually not seeing this as a rebirth, but this is a rebirth. uh, Once you see that this is a transformation that you're going through, this is a death that you're going through only to be born again, you will start feeling like how this is a way that you can learn how to master your self, master your mind, master your spirit, master, just be the master of your life, basically. Let's see what is the guidance that spirit wants to give you. In the terms of your higher self wants to give you, in the so spirit and higher self are like, it's like a synchronistic term, like not a synchronistic but like a synonymous thing for me, because the higher self is your higher self, yes, but it's all under the umbrella of that one consciousness, which is the spirit. So yeah, pardon me if I use the word spirit. um, the first one is 66. This is the guidance for the Page of Wands here. The clarification for that, maybe what you are not seeing. This is a blind spot card. What are you not seeing that is actually helpful for you? Second one is 29, and I actually feel like taking this 38. So under the Empress, let's move this up a little bit, make some space. I want to make some space, space. Maybe you're somebody who's interested in astronomy a lot these days, hearing space. Or you're somebody who loves having space in your life also. Yep. So these are your cards for your blind spots. What are you not seeing? Let's ask Spirit for some general guidance. Oh, that was quick. Nothing is set in stone. I'm actually hearing the word from your higher self, the moon. These are moonology cards. But moon, as in moon, is also a stone. This pyramid is also a stone. But nothing is written in stone, is what the guidance is for you here. I'm going to elaborate on that later. So the card we've got is a new romantic cycle begins. Wow, guys, amazing. Maybe it's not really a romantic cycle though. La la la. Oopsie. I feel like this is a trick situation here. It's like a trickstery is happening here with the Page of Pentacles energy. I feel like your higher self is playing around with you, just like how you are. You're a very goofy person. Your higher self is also a very goofy person, fun person. So a new romantic cycle begins. I'm going to elaborate on this later. You know what your higher self is saying? Build it up. Build it up and tell the person at the very end. This is like a bonus thing that I'm doing in the reading today. It's just a word from your higher self, or like a symbol or a totem. That's something that your higher self wants to give you to hold on to while you go through this obstacle. It's just like hope and also some essence of guidance. So I don't know your situation right now. I haven't tuned into the energies and the cards and the guidance, but I'm just going to like channel this from your higher self. Um, I I hear the word crystal. Crystal. But crystal, and here I'm being told to highlight the word cry here. Maybe you're somebody who usually does not like crying a lot, but maybe there's a lot of tears that are there in your that you've suppressed within you. Maybe you're supposed to cry it out. And maybe how this crystal, maybe there's a crystal that you need to buy or purchase that's going to help you. I don't know a lot about crystals, but what I'm getting is I have this crystal which is an amethyst, and this is actually of Lord Ganesha. uh, that crystal that I have, somebody gifted it to me with this moldavite. uh, it's an amethyst. So I don't know why, but I'm feeling like you can actually get a hold of an amethyst. And I'm also hearing how I saw somewhere that how you put an amethyst into the water um, on full moon or in general also, and then you can drink that water and it has some healing properties. But also with Lord Ganesha, I feel like he's the he's the one who helps you overcome obstacles. So whatever obstacle that you're facing in life right now and whatever you're struggling with, um, this is a message from Lord Ganesha and from your higher self that you will get over these obstacles. But don't suppress your tears if you are struggling right now. Just cry it out. It's okay to be a crybaby sometimes. Um, yeah, get a hold of an amethyst, or you can also get like a rose quartz uh, crystal. I feel like I'm hearing in my head like a bracelet. You know how those beaded bracelets you have, you can get like a rose quartz bracelet for yourself and wear that on a regular basis. If you are not somebody who likes jewelry a lot, maybe you can simply get a hold of like a rose quartz in general and keep it in your vicinity basically. So if you're traveling, keep it in your bag. You necessarily don't have to wear the crystal. The crystal has its own consciousness, even if it's in the radar of your aura. That crystal has its own aura, and then it connects with your aura, and it's just going to do the work nonetheless. So yeah, that's your symbolic message. So now let's read your guidance. Woohoo, we're at it finally. Maybe you're somebody who's not that patient anymore. You're lacking patience in life. um, so yeah, this is your reading. The first message that the spirit is trying to tell you, that you recently started up leveling in your life and going through this phase of growth, but that growth is the struggle that you're going through right now. Spirit is saying that that is what you're struggling with. Your higher self is telling me how that is actually um, making your mind feel very overwhelmed in the present moment. But the guidance for you is to actually see that how this wand has like these tiny little leaves that are coming out of it. So even though it's not a full-fledged tree right now, the higher self is saying that it is going to become a tree. um, and yes, you are impatient. You are you've you've done a lot, you've come a long way, but spirit is saying that mastery happens over a period of time only. and this is probably something you know already. um, a lot of people have said this in times, and a lot of famous people have put it out in quotations. You yourself know it, you yourself must have experienced this, but nonetheless it is very difficult to implement once your patience level is out. So I completely understand what you're going through. Your higher self also completely empathizes with you, but it says that what is to be done is to be done. You got to do what you got to do. So just pull your socks up and cry if you want to. But once you're done crying, just remember that this is just happening so that you can meet your master self in the right time. But you are a master with the King of Wands. You are going to get there nonetheless. Second one is the Empress. I see that the Empress is an energy which is a very, very intuitive, powerful, nurturing. She has the world in her belly, she has the earth in her belly. She is the divine feminine, the divine Shakti. So, divine feminine, if you want to read up about it, you can read about the divine feminine online. Um, it's a very all-encompassing energy. The entire creation is symbolic of a divine feminine energy. How God is like a masculine, how we always use him with the pronoun of he. It's this energy of the creation is the Shakti. So your obstacle here is that you are trying to embody this Shakti probably in your life right now, of being a creator of your own reality and your own life, but you are facing struggles here and you are just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're just tired that when is it going to all work out for me. And this the higher self is trying to tell you, and let me just make it clear here for everybody. By masculine and feminine energies, I don't mean to say that um, there are not, I don't want to discredit any other gender. That's not the case here. It's just that um, in the society, that's how masculine and feminines are seen. But I know, I want to tell you this, all people are rainbow people. We are rainbow people. We have all the colors within us. um, at the level of the spirit, there's no masculine and there's no feminine. But for an easier understanding of historically what we have been going through, this is just the way that the earth is wired. So masculine and feminine are the terms, even in the essence of energies, are being used. But otherwise energy is gender neutral. And yeah, I completely believe in gender neutrality, and this is just a way to make people understand things better, because the planet works in duality of hot and cold, of opposites. So masculine and feminine that way is north and south pole is just um, easier. But nonetheless, we are rainbow people. I'm a rainbow body. You can read about rainbow bodies. Amazing concept. Third one is the Page of Pentacles. um, I see that you are trying to work on your finances. I see that you're trying to work on your career aspect. You are trying to begin something for yourself, and there is where you're facing the struggle of not seeing the same thing, that how you're actually growing, how this is just the beginning phase and you're just growing and you have just started. You think you have done a lot? No, you haven't, because whatever you did so far was just to get you prepared for what you're truly here for, is what your higher self is telling me. So your journey has actually not begun. That was just a detour so that time can be utilized. It was just like, that's why I'm getting that trickster energy here, that your higher self was like, oh, I tricked you. That was just for you to be occupied, and that was just for you to learn a couple of things here and there for who you're supposed to actually be. And that's about that. I'm so sorry. Oops, that this happened with you, but it is the case. La di da di da. I cannot do anything about it. You cannot do anything about it. It is just how it is supposed to be. It is what you chose as me, your higher self, before coming onto this planet. You have forgotten, but I'm here to remind you. So that's the trickster energy that I'm getting from your higher self here in this situation. It's a relations in relation to your purpose in life. So yeah, that's the one. Let's see what you're not really seeing here in this situation of the energy of your growth, of you struggling in your own thoughts with your growth, you being overburdened and feeling overwhelmed. Not really overburdened, but it's just like it's just too much all of a sudden, basically, for you. So let's see what are you not seeing in this situation that is really going to help you overcome this obstacle. And it is it is a sigil for conversion. So you are either being congratulated or you are being warned. Either you have made a positive change on the mental and emotional level that is now converting in the body physically as increased well-being, or lack of awareness of your emotional and mental stress and is now making it become physical in the form of decreased well-being. So this is actually a judgment that I want you to take on your own. And your higher self is telling me that why I am telling you to take this on your own, because your higher self is telling me that you already know. You don't need to ask me. You already know. You are the judge. You're the best judge for your own self, because you know if in this particular situation, with whatever work you have done so far, should I congratulate you or should I actually warn you? And how you will be able to decipher the congratulations or warning is on the basis of your physical well-being, because whatever work that you do, um, in at the emotional or mental level, if your physical reality is showing you signs which is of a decrease, that means that work has not been done well. You are still missing out on something and you're still not seeing something. But if your physical well-being is amazing, that means that whatever work you did at a mental and emotional level was done with the 100% sincerity and authenticity and done in the right manner. If not, you need to work harder. You need to really push yourself. And that is something that if you have been doing so far and it has not led you physically to the best of places, that means that that work had a masking over it. It was not done in the most authentic manners. Your higher self is saying that yes, you did it in like 70% authentic manner. If you're the person whose physical well-being is not great, yes, you did it 70% in the best of manner, but 30% you're still missing out because you are cheating yourself somewhere. And that's why I'm cheating you with whatever situation. I'm tricking you here because you're tricking yourself. So to teach you the lessons of stop tricking yourself, stop using your intellect and your mind to fool your own self. I'm tricking you so that you understand what trickery truly looks like and where it can lead you. But if you're somebody whose well-being is great, congratulations, great work done, well done. I know this work can be hard. I've done it myself. I'm still doing it myself, so it is super difficult, and it is overwhelming. Yes, but the other side is beautiful, very beautiful. So for the ones who haven't gotten there yet, 30%, little bit more, tiny bit more, and you will be able to do it, because I sense a lot of strength here. Let's see what's the second guidance is, second thing that you're not seeing that your higher self wants to tell you. Wanting to be right. You are not clearly seeing that either consciously or subconsciously you are wanting to be right more than you want anything else. It's like, I don't want to be wrong also. You know what? I'm a person who believes there's no wrong or right. But still, somewhere you want to be right. That is the most funny thing that I see here. So, you thinking that you are this creator, you have achieved this position of being the creator of your reality, you are constantly creating, Yes, you are constantly creating your reality. Your creator aspect of your personality is your nature, because you are nature. So you trying to tell yourself that I am the creator, well, duh, everybody already knows that, because everybody is that. um, so instead of, in this essence, trying to prove to yourself that you are the creator of your own reality, stop proving it to yourself, because it is reality, it is who you really are. And in this instance, you don't have to be right, because here there is no right or wrong this way. And if somebody tells you that no, you're wrong, or no, you're right, you're like, well, it doesn't matter, right or wrong, I don't care. um, but in that essence, when I say I don't care, honestly, you do care. Somewhere you do care, because within you, you know that you are right. You have this tendency of being this person who knows what is right, um, and know that they are right, even if somebody else is saying that no, you are wrong. But within you, that inner voice in your head, you're like, but I know I'm right. So it doesn't matter if you tell the other person that, you know what, there's no wrong and right. Maybe, yeah, you are right in your own way, I'm right in my own way, you're wrong in your own way, I'm wrong in my own way. But in the voice that truly matters is your inner voice. That inner voice, that is the pride, that is the ego there, which whispers into your head, oh, she's still wrong. Or even if not that, just says that, I am right. So that is the guidance that the spirit is trying to give you, so that you can truly embody your creative essence that probably you're struggling with right now, and just waiting on for it to happen in your life. uh, won't happen until you surrender. Your higher self is saying, surrender this inner voice in your head, which is of this pride that I'm right, I know it. Because when you get out of that state of mind, to be honest, whatever your reality is going to throw at you, you'll be like, okay, give it to me. I'm going to fulfill this duty like it's my dharma, it's my duty, it's my responsibility, with full accountability and ownership. I will work on it very sincerely. No ifs, no buts, no procrastination, no here, no there. It is here in the now, every single moment, doing what I need to do for myself and for the greater good of the humanity. So, yeah, that is what I hear from you for your higher self. And your higher self is very serious here. Surrender to me, surrender to nature. We are here to tell you what to do. We know you are listening, but because you're tricking yourself sometimes, 30% of the times, it's just not working out for you in the best of possible ways, and you're still in this energy of waiting, and that's why you're somewhere losing the patience that you have plenty of. Yeah, I am being asked to take a pause because maybe this your higher self wants you to really take it in, soak it up. With the They like packed you with a punch here. So, yeah. So the third one, ooh, I love this sigil. Some very beautiful sigil. Sigil number 38. Let's see what's the guidance here for your materialistic life and this trickster energy. I'm so excited for this one. Let's see what your higher self wants to tell you here. So the higher self is telling you reactivity. You are currently emotionally reacting instead of responding, and you're not seeing why you're reacting in the way that you're reacting. So what I feel like in this situation for you is that, I'm trying to hear what your higher self is saying actually. Oh, so higher self is saying that when it comes to your energies of you starting this something new, and not realizing that it's actually something which is very, very important and beneficial for you. It is going to bring you a lot of growth. But your higher self is in this trickster energy, because you are tricking yourself into sort of wanting this thing also, but trying to escape from it also. Somewhere cheating yourself from making yourself believe that maybe this is something for me in this one instance, and in the other instance maybe it's something for me, maybe it's not something for me. So because of that, your higher self is also tricking you, and this trickster energy in you, and this energy of cheating yourself of I'm getting this word in my head, bluff. This game you play with cards, like bluff. You're playing bluff here with yourself. So, and this bluff is a very reflex thing for you. Maybe you're a person who's like a great masker of your personality. You carry multiple masks. Everybody does, but you are somebody who have mastered all your masks so much so that you completely believe that this is who you are. This mask is who you are. Again, this energy of I'm right, I know it. So you are basically in this energy of reactivity. Like this bluff is a reaction. So you really need to take a pause. Your higher self is saying take a pause, and that's why I took a pause here also. Take a pause and then respond and see, is it coming from a space of authenticity of who you really are? And maybe in this instance, if you are not who you really are, but you know who you want to be, so are you in alignment with who you want to be? If you're not in alignment with who you want to be, um, in this moment of reaction, in this energy of trickster energy of going back and forth, whether in believing that this new opportunity that I have discovered or created for myself is for me or not for me, is helping me with my growth, not helping me with my growth, you will be able to understand where is it coming from. Is it coming from a space of you bluffing yourself, or is it coming from a very authentic place? And that's how you will not react, and instead respond, and you will become more sincere to this opportunity, because this opportunity is actually an opportunity for your rebirth. A new you is being born. So and you're not really seeing that in this situation, because mastery is in picture, rebirth is definitely going to be in the picture, but you're not seeing it for what it is. It's just not something that just happens in life. There are no coincidences in life. Something is happening, it is truly meant for you. Now the last two pieces of guidance that we got here: nothing is set in stone. I hear the moon. Yes, so nothing is set in stone. Fate and destiny, you have already chosen for you whatever you wanted to do here on this planet in this human form. You are who you are on the basis of the world of outside in instead of inside out right now. uh, but once you become a person who's inside out, you will recognize your blueprint and you will know what is set in stone. But because you have not completely embodied the inside out personality, you still see that nothing is set in stone. And your spirit is telling you that in this essence, this mentality of nothing is set in stone is actually a good thing for you. That's why I'm telling you this as an opportunity for you to actually carve your handwriting, or carve your dream, or carve your purpose, or carve who you want to be, the creator of your own reality, on the stone and make it definite. um, and that is why spirit is saying nothing is set in stone, so that you can set it in stone. That's how you will feel that power in your identity of who you are. You can create a new identity for yourself, and whoever you create, you already were that, to be honest. So don't be afraid of creating something and thinking that what if I create this, what if I fail? So what? It's a blueprint, it was already in plan. So even if you fail again, you will start again, because that was also a part of the plan, that was also fated, that was set in stone. So, and a new romantic cycle begins. So I feel like once you reach this space of equanimity, your life will begin from a space of love, um, for yourself, from a very new place. I'm not talking about love somebody else, with somebody else. Maybe that reflection might occur in your reality, that a romantic cycle might begin with somebody else. But what I'm hearing from my higher self is that it's not with somebody else, it's with you, your own self. You start a romantic cycle with your own self. And this is Libra, and the month that I'm doing this reading uh, in October is the month of Libra. I am thinking it starts from September mid, I guess. So I might be wrong. Not, I don't remember clearly, but um, I'm hearing in the month of October, um, and after mid September. If you're watching it at this point of time, otherwise, if you're watching it at some other point of time, know that whenever you strike this balance in your life, you will start loving yourself from a very different place, from a space of infinity. You will see no other thing beyond that love that you have for yourself. And for yourself, I mean that your soul and your spirit, and not your human self. Human self is going to be a reflection of that love for your soul. Because remember, as I said, if your work at emotional and mental level is happening, your physical reality will show you, your well-being will show you decrease or increase. So if your work at the level of the spirit is of love, slowly the love starts seeping into your mind and into your emotions, and then it starts reflecting in your physical essence. And your mind and your emotions are also a part of that physical essence, are one of those bodies of that physical essence. So once you fall in love with your spirit, you are likely to fall in love with who you are as a human at the physical level. So, yep, that was your reading. I hope that this helped you. Just to let you know, in the description box below, there are links for you wanting to book a session. If you want to a one-on-one session with me, you can reach out to me for that. I am taking sessions on a regular basis. You can email me to find out my schedule. There are also links in the description box below that if this reading helped you, you can give back to me anything that you want. There's a wish list in there also, so you can send me something if you want. And yeah, that's about that. And I hope to see you next time. Bye. I had a lot of fun. You're a very fun person. So great. Bye. Hello to the people who chose the third time stamp or the third totem of the tiki. Tiki. I love this word, tiki. Um, and it's a wooden bark tree. I hear from your higher self a lot of growth, a lot of you're maybe also an old soul, a person who has lived a lot of lives and has a lot of wisdom within them. Maybe you just don't see it for yourself, but you do. A tree does not know how old they really are. And as a human being, maybe you also don't know how old you really are at the level of your spirit. But you are, is what your higher self is saying with this totem that you have selected. So, yep, this is your reading for you. Let's find out what you are struggling with right now and what is the guidance for you. I'm going to pick up 3 messages from your higher self for your guidance. The first one is the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, I'm being asked to pull this one out. Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. I also saw the Wheel of Fortune, which I feel very strongly pulled towards. So maybe I will mention that, or it will just come up in the reading somewhere, the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see what the third message is. Is the Devil. Devil. I hear Lucifer. being reminded of Lucifer. The bottom of the deck energy is Ace of Swords. You getting an opportunity for a lot of mental clarity. Maybe this reading will bring you clarity. Maybe whatever you're going through in life is going to bring you mental clarity, or is going to help you master an aspect of your mind. I'm hearing. Let's ask for some clarifications for this first message. See Lovers in reverse. For the second message, oh, see, the Wheel of Fortune came. For the Queen of Cups. And I saw it for the Queen of Cups only. So cool. I love how consciousness works. Oh, there's a card here also. The Hierophant. That was already reversed. And Four of Wands. Amazing. Amazing cards. I think whatever you're going through in life right now, it's actually something truly amazing. Not to belittle your experience of um, your struggle, or to be condescending, but amazing, because whatever you're going to learn out of this, and this planet of Earth is a school of learning. This is a boot camp for your soul to learn great lessons experientially. So I feel like whatever struggle that you're going through, I don't know if this is a consolation, or this is a good, not a consolation, but I don't know if it's consoling enough. But whatever you're going through, it's actually truly going to make you master a certain aspect of your mind. So I'm not saying that be positive and stay optimistic. No, I don't believe in that bullshit. I feel like if you are in the space of negativity, feel that negativity to the T, so that you can experience negativity to the T and understand what negativity is really about, because it is a part of you, right? So, really experience that negativity for what it is, to master. Maybe you are mastering that aspect of your mind only. Maybe you're mastering negativity. Maybe you're becoming a master of how to deal with negativity in your life and problems in your life. So I feel like if you master that, then you sort of become invincible. It's amazing towards negativity, at least in your life. um, so that is amazing. um, Although I'm really sorry for what you're going through, because I feel like what you're going through is super tough. I can feel it in your heart. Like your heart is heavy, and your chest is heavy, and your shoulders are heavy, really heavy. And I'm literally like sighing right now, because I sense some exhaustion also. Anyways, let's carry on, let's carry forward. Maybe that is your attitude also. Let's just move on, let's carry forward, let's just keep moving. But sometimes, even though I'm moving, I'm still staying on this table in the present moment. I'm here for you, fully present for you, to offer you the guidance from your higher self. So it'll be great if you can be present to yourself fully, instead of staying in that space and attitude of let's move on. um, Whatever I say during the readings, I'm just like an empty vessel. So it just, whatever comes through me during the reading is a sign. So I see 38 for this particular message of the hanged man, as a card to show you what you're not really seeing right now, a blind spot, which is a guidance from your higher self, which is going to help you. Card number 78 for this Queen of Cups in reverse. um, okay, so card number 28 for the Devil. Now let's see what are your guidance cards, the guidance moonology cards from your higher self, as a token of advice. I see Lion very prominent for you here as the bottom deck of the energy. Maybe some of you are Leos, some of you are like lions, very strong, um, want and aspire to be the king of your own life, the master of your own life, like a master of your jungle. And jungle with the tiki totem also reminds me of jungle, right? Amazonian forests. I'm being reminded of the indigenous cultures, of shamans, Amazing. Oh my God, ayahuasca. What a beautiful mother ayahuasca. What a spirit she is. So yeah, I see the king of the jungle here. Uh, Maybe the jungle of darkness is something that you are mastering here. And with the new moon, I see that this is an opportunity for a new beginning for you, whatever you're going through. And confidence is your key to success. So maybe you are struggling with self worth. You need to be confident. So, okay, I'm being told to put it here. Time for healing on the right hand side. uh, feel like this is like the right thing to do, knowing that this is the time for healing for you. Balsamic moon is actually reminding me of balsamic vinegar for some reason. Balsamic vinegar is also very, it's like a reduction, it's like a really reduced form of a vinegar. It's a very thick vinegar. It's also black in color, it's dark, and it's a beautiful, very unique taste it has, very peculiar. So I feel like you're a very unique person. And with the balsamic moon, I'm seeing that same aspect of really the spirit in the higher self and the universe really pushing you and like literally like polishing the coal so that it can become a diamond. It's really, you are being carved into a diamond, really being reduced, thickened. Maybe you have become a very thick person. Maybe you have become like a very um, thick skinned person who usually does not get affected by anything, uh, and just keeps on moving on, just keeps moving on with life. But I see that that is not a great thing here, because you're being asked to heal that aspect only by your higher self. That you don't need to be such a thick skinned person, because to be honest, you're not a thick skinned person. You are a person who is uh, who does get affected. A thick skin is just a layer that you wear on top to protect yourself. But or you have built that layer up to protect yourself from pain and negativity, but you're being asked to shed that layer so that you can discover all those wounds that still pierce through that thick skin, still affected you, because that thick skin was just a fraud. Like, it was just like a faux leather. Like, it was just like an inauthentic thing that you carried with yourself. It was not really the true essence of who you are. I see prosperity lies ahead with new moon in Taurus. So Taurus is like a very strong-headed, straight, to the point, to the T person. So I see that prosperity is right there in front of you, like bow, like an arrow from the bow straight to the target. See, bullseye. Yeah, bull, Taurus. So it's a new beginning for you, which is right on the horizon. So let's get into. Oh, I forgot. Uh, this is a symbol for you that I am channeling from your higher self that might be helpful for you on your journey. This is a very specific message that your spirit wants me to give you with the help of a word. I love wordplay, so I chose a word today to actually channel your guidance from the spirit. I'm hearing, it's weird. I'm hearing zigzag. You know, like zigzag. It's funny, uh, but your higher self is telling me that this is very significant in your life. Maybe you're somebody whose energy is very here and there. Maybe sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there. Maybe you're somebody who's like an extreme person, extremist kind of a person, who's like where sometimes very hot, sometimes very cold, sometimes very sweet, and sometimes very angry, not so sweet, very rude. So, you know, in oppositions. Maybe you're somebody who operates in the opposites most of the times. There's no sense of neutrality in your personality. Or maybe there is, but only in like a few aspects of your life, which needs to be expanded into other aspects of your life also. So maybe you can hold on tightly to this word zigzag, which might help you or motivate you to understand that maybe you need to strike that equilibrium. I see the scales of uh, the scales of justice. Um, the one that weighs things, and the arrow is like in the middle somewhere. So it's the scales of justice, the scales of balance that you need to strike to actually help yourself with this zigzag personality of being a balanced person instead of being an extreme person. So let's see what your reading is all about here. So the higher self, the first message is telling me that you are going through something in life where you really need a perspective shift. And this might be in relations to a choice that you recently made or you are planning to make. It might be about a situation when it comes to love or a romantic relationship. uh, your higher self is telling you that you need to reconsider this, because maybe you took a decision that was made out from a space of haste, made from the space of you being a thick skinned person and things don't affect you. um, but the spirit is saying that maybe you are a thick skinned person, but maybe the other person is not. Maybe they were affected by your decision, which you took from a very extreme point of view or point of stance. Um, so the spirit is really nudging you to reconsider this decision that you have made, um, or at least try to shift your perspective towards it. If even if you don't want to change your decision, maybe your decision is made and it's just done, and you'd like it to be that way, but please shift your perspective to see what it really was trying to teach you and what it was really about. um, you really need to dive deep into this aspect, and I'm going to elaborate further how can you do that, um, or why you're not doing that in this particular instance, why are you not getting into this, and what are you not seeing in the situation which is stopping you from shifting your perspective. I'm going to elaborate that for you. With the Queen of Cups, the second guidance for you is in relations to your karma and your fortune. Your higher self is saying that the wheel of fortune is turning for you. Things are being aligned for you in the background of the scenes. So, you being in this space of emotionally being unavailable right now towards people and to yourself, that is changing. So if you're in this space of not feeling a lot and you're feeling and experiencing this sense of numbness, then know that it is not going to last long, because the wheel of fortune is turning. Time it's taking its turn for you to put everything in the right order, is what your divine is what your higher self is telling me. When it comes to the devil, I see that there is a sense of again that same negative energy of mastering that negative energy, the devil's energy, which is again Lucifer that came into my head. But Lucifer was an angel who fell onto the earth. He lost his wings. But Lucifer's crown, when he fell, his crown also fell. The crown had like an emerald in it. An emerald stone reminds me of the emerald tablet, which was the tablet which had uh, alchemy, the process of alchemy written on it, which was all about, as I said, with the balsamic moon, you are being turned into a diamond from coal, which is again a process of alchemy. So the emerald stone also really heals your heart space. As I was saying, your heart feels like it's very heavy. Maybe you need to heal your heart. Maybe you need to stop being this thick skinned person, because this is not serving you well. It is making you a devil of a person than being an angel of a person. And devils are helpful too. They have their part to play, they have their role to play. Like in the story of Ramayana, Ravan had a role to play. I get that. But you have to decide who do you truly align with, or who do you want to be. Do you want to be the Ravan in your life, Ravana in your life, or do you want to be the Rama or Ram in your life? Who do you really want to be? So I see that your higher self is saying that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light up there as you will climb the ladder to get to where you have to get to. And where you have to get to is this space of balance and harmony. Four of Wands is a card of harmony. It's also a card for marriage. So maybe this energy is also stopping you from this particular energy of not seeing your perspective clearly about a particular situation, which might be a romantic situation for some of you that are watching this. Maybe you are not in the space of marrying this person because of this devil like energy. uh, yeah, so this is also something that you can think about if it resonates with you. Let's see what your messages are in the elaborative form. um, what is it that you're not seeing in your particular situations that is really going to help you in overcoming the obstacles that you are going through in your life right now? So for the Hangman in reverse, we have 38, and 38 is the spot for reactivity. So maybe whatever decision you made here, between the choice that you had to make, you, instead of responding, you reacted. You think you didn't react, you thought that you responded, but actually what you did came from a space of reaction. You did not respond because you still don't know why you made the decision you made authentically. You might think you know. Maybe you made the decision to protect yourself because you're a thick skinned person, because you don't want to get hurt. But maybe you're not really seeing that, because that is the truth. But you are trying to put it on to somebody else, that maybe they are the person who are not thick skinned, they are the person who are a soft skinned person, and being with a person like me who has this devil sort of an energy, who is uh, in the jungle of darkness, this person might get hurt. So that's why you took the decision that you took, which you probably need to shift your perspective towards and maybe reconsider as well. So people only react when they feel deeply threatened. So as I said, maybe you were threatened when it comes to getting hurt yourself in this particular situation. So if this is not a romantic situation, and if this is a work situation for you, then in that instance also, maybe you in your workspace had to take a decision that you take took had to make a decision that you made from the space of protecting yourself, instead of uh, pushing yourself towards your growth. um, that is also coming into my headspace. Maybe you made the choices that you made in your workplace also to play safe, to protect yourself. um, that is something that you have recently done or you will do, or if in the present moment you did take a decision in your workspace that was from the space of pushing yourself to not play safe and really taking a chance and taking a risk, and if it is not working out for the best of your energies, it is not working out for the best of your energies because that decision was a tough decision to make, and the way that it's making you feel not so good with it. Because you feel not so good with it, you want to protect yourself, you feel like this is not the right decision that I made, and that's why you're blaming yourself or you're blaming somebody else for it. Which is again a sense of reactivity and not responding, because you're not seeing the authenticity of the situation for what it was, or what it is and what it will be. um, it's layered from your space of negativity and from your space of darkness, um, and your higher self saying that it's a good thing, because that is how you will learn how to master this darkness. That is how you will become a wise person. uh, that is how I see that the bottom of the deck of the clarification energy is that you think that you're moving in life with the Knight of Wands energy. You think that you're moving fast and you're having fun and you're enjoying, and this is how life is, but you're actually not. You're not doing that. That's why there's some inauthenticity here. Uh, yeah. Let's see what the second guidance is for you. For you to see things for what they really are. I see sigil number 78. So let's see what 78 has in store for you. Sigil number 78 says self preservation disguised as self sabotage. Well, this is a hard pill to swallow. But as I already said, and as I already told you in the reading, that you are just trying to protect yourself. So you are wearing this mask of self preservation, but this is actually not you preserving your energies and preserving yourself. You are actually sabotaging yourself and your own self, uh, by by not by not being authentic, by not being proactive when it comes to your growth and you achieving your highest potential and you being the person that you really need to be in this lifetime or you aspire to be. Potentially, you are unaware that the part of you or part of another person that is doing the sabotaging is convinced it is preserving you or them. You have convinced yourself this is a way that you preserve yourself. Maybe you're distancing yourself from a person. Maybe you are uh, distancing yourself from this Queen of Cups that might be an energy in your life, the person who truly holds a lot of space in your heart and emotions. You are distancing yourself to preserve yourself, but it's not really in alignment with who you really are. And that's what the higher self is saying, that they are turning the wheel to put everything in alignment so that now you start seeing things clearly for what they really are, and yourself, you being in this space of darkness, of this reverse queen of energy, queen of cups energy space of being emotionally unavailable, um, to yourself and to others. um, you think that this is how you are preserving yourself, by being unavailable, but that is not preserving yourself. That's just self sabotage, because you're stopping your own growth. Because real growth happens when you get into relationships, when you really connect with life the way that you're supposed to live life instead of surviving. Live life by being a part of it, by playing with it. So instead of playing here, you are actually shutting down, you're preserving yourself in the act of protecting yourself, in the act of a disguise. Um, really need to really need to clean your stained glass window here. Um, we are like a mosaic. We are like a mosaic or a stained glass window, um, which needs to be rearranged in a manner that it creates a beautiful image, even if it's abstract, but it creates art straight from the heart. Or when the stained glass window completely gets cleared, we can see through the glass window for the objects behind it for what they truly are, and not in a blurred manner. So you need to clear your tainted or tinted, whatever it is, glass window to see yourself for who you are. Open your eyes basically for what you really are. Stop sabotaging yourself. Um, I'm also hearing how you recognize that you sabotage yourself also, because with the confidence card, that you have low self-worth. Maybe it is because you sabotage yourself in situations. You play the smaller person. Playing the smaller person is also a trickery that people do with themselves, to be the victim in their life. But life is not about victimization. You are not a victim. You are only a victim when you are in the survival mode. But once you get out of the survival mode and you start living your life, you will start seeing yourself not as a victim of life, but actually a part of life, a creator of life, of your own reality. And then you will start taking accountability and ownership. You being a victim is only preserving yourself in disguise, to not take accountability and responsibility for your life and not implementing the changes that you need to implement. So your higher self is being very straight, cut, clear here with these messages for you, that stop tricking yourself into situations if you want to fall into alignment with who you really are and what you're really meant to do in this life. And I'm telling you very clearly here with my experience and with what your higher self is also telling me here, that if you are somebody who's going to master something, master an aspect of your mind here, which is the most difficult thing to master, because mind is very capable of tricking itself. If you are somebody like that, then you're supposed to do great things in life, because the planet at this moment needs people who are the masters of their mind, to teach people how to do that, so that they stop staying in this space of being slaves to their mind and slaves to the society in uh, in reflection. We don't want slaves anymore. We are way beyond that now. We want to be creator. We want to be creators and leaders. That's what the planet needs right now. So maybe you have a very important message to share with the world from whatever you want to do in your life, in your spectrum. Um, with the devil energy and the blind spot number 28. Let's see what you have here. We have triangulation. This sigil is a triangulation. So the thing you aren't clearly seeing is triangulation. This means that you are being triangulated, or you are triangulating people against someone, or people are triangulating against you, or all of the above. Triangulation is the most common tactics of social manipulation, and it usually happens subconsciously. It occurs when, instead of communicating directly to someone that we have a conflict with, or so to create resolution, we go to a third person with the subconscious or even conscious desire to get them on our side against the person we have the conflict with. We may use them as a go between to relay information to the person we have the conflict with. But this is not the same thing as using an intermediary, because the subconscious intention is triangulation, is to divide instead to become one. We are basically using one person against the other. What I hear from your higher self in this situation is that you might be using, if not a third person in this situation, to help you be in a standpoint of uh, that you are right in doing what you're doing with the decision that you have made here, or with you staying in your comfort zone of this energy of pain and negativity, of this devil energy of choosing to be a devil, because that's where you find comfort, because you have lived as a devil for a really long time in your life. This happened only for you to master that state of mind, but instead you've become comfortable in it. You've stopped taking accountability and responsibility for it. You have started self sabotaging in the name of self preservation. So the guidance here is that with the triangulation card, that you are using the third person here, which might not be a third person, or maybe also a third person, to put the blame on somebody else, or to tell that, okay, this person advised me this, so I'm not going to do this particular thing. Or you in your own head being three people at one time, from the third point of view. The point of view, third point of view works like you are in a situation and another person is in a situation, or you are in a situation with another person, you step out of both point of views and from a third person point of view. Like how your friend would give you advice, you would give yourself advice. So maybe if you're not reaching out to a friend for advice regarding a particular situation or your own life, maybe you are playing the role of this friend for yourself. But maybe the advice that this friend is giving you is happening from a sense of space of creating division instead of coming to a conflict resolution. You are creating conflict indirectly within yourself, and that is why you are creating indirect conflict with somebody else in your life as well, or with the world that you are surrounded with, or the world or your reality that you're living in. You are in a division and in a separation from your own reality instead of being one with it and aligned with it. um, all of this is happening for you to master your mind, to understand how your mind really works. Why are you doing what are you doing, the tactics that you're using, the mask that you're wearing, why are you wearing all of that? Question yourself why you are the way you are today, why is your behavior the way that you are. Really understand your psyche and psychology, the way that it works, why it works the way that it works, what happened in your life that made this thing a certain way. So you, in this particular situation, if you are using the tactic of triangulation, it's a tactic of social manipulation. You are manipulating yourself to create a sense of division, because that's where you find your comfort. uh, that is the life, because then if you don't feel the division, you will start feeling like you're not the same person. Your identity, ego identity, will change. The person that you were for so long, you will become a completely different person, and if you feel like you become a completely different person, your life will change. But that's not the case. You're not going to lose your life, you're just going to transform. It's a synergy. You will really simply flow with the changing times and truly change authentically, than just making yourself feel like, oh, I'm flowing with the changing times, I'm just moving on. That's how life is, it goes on. But it just doesn't just go on, it always goes on with a meaning, with a purpose. um, Maybe you're missing that aspect of change. How alchemy works, change is like one, with the help of energy, a matter becomes something completely different and which is exquisite. Like a coal turns into diamond. Coal has its purpose to serve. It is an energy that really fuels things, but a diamond as well. It is precious. Uh, Monetarily, it gives a lot to the society. Economically, it gives a lot to the society. It has a purpose to serve as well. So you changing, not changing the way that you're changing, that needs to shift. The way that it is happening, that is going to happen, is you stop getting into the tactics of social manipulation, of triangulation, and you getting into the space of oneness. If you're having a conflict with somebody, tell them that I have a conflict with you, I am angry with you, and resolve it. Come to a state of oneness. If you don't want to resolve it, then let the person know that at least you are in a space of a conflict. You're not okay. But using a third party to sort of manipulate the situation for you is only happening because you're manipulating yourself in your head. So you getting out of that space is what is going to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You to master this sense of harmony. Harmony happens in oneness, happens between two. It is it is separation and connection, and the third element is harmony. So separation and connection unite to be one with the help of harmony only, and that's how the three-dimensional reality of a triangle becomes one, a circle and a dot in the center of the circle. The dot here is what radiates that circle. It's how a mandala is created, is how creation is happening for you and for everybody. So yeah, this is a very strong message for you. Last messages for you are time for healing. I got a hair here. One of my hair fell over here. So a strand of my hair fell over here. So I see that you need to shed something, you need to let go of something, and it is natural. So you letting go of maybe your own thick skin and your inauthentic self is how you will heal in this space. You turning that coal into diamond, you turning your negativity into something which is your strength, um, hitting the bullseye with prosperity this way. This is how you will hit the bullseye with prosperity. This prosperity in your mental and emotional space is the prosperity of your well being, which is going to be reflected in the physical world, in your body, in your physical well being, and with physical aspects of finances, everything being set in place for you. So, yes, that was your reading with the Tiki Totem. Um, all I want to tell you is that in the description box below, there are links for you to click on so that you can give something back to me if you feel like this reading helped you. There's also information in the description box below if you really want to book a one-on-one session with me. I offer more than tarot readings as well. There's a lot that I do. I have my services listed there, so you can really check out all of those. And if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me with my contact information. You can also check out my Instagram and the bio for more details on me. Who am I? What do I do? And I really hope that this helps you. I really do. I really believe in you, and sometimes all it takes for one person to believe in you to know that you can do anything and everything in life. And if there's nobody you think that believes in you, I'm telling you, all across, miles away from wherever you're at, maybe not miles away, but maybe you don't know me and I'm a stranger, I'm telling you, I believe in you, because you know what, we are one, in spirit, um, two different bodies but one in spirit. So, and sometimes one is all you need instead of two to be better. So, yep, here's my message for you, and I'm sending you lots of love and light. I have been in the place where you are at. That's why I'm extra empathetic. So, yeah, sending you lots of love. Bye.